All right, good evening. Thank you for coming in live to a few of you from class. We're going to go ahead and record this for future reference if you'd like to try this again at a later time, or if you have not enough time to stay in here tonight. This will be recorded for you for later. I want to thank Dave for coming in and giving us a presentation on breath work and its importance and why you've chosen this path and where you're going from here. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Hey guys, my name is Dave Gieselman. Uh, I am a former professional chef. I am now a mindset and leadership coach. I work with entrepreneurs, professionals, creatives, and breath work is one of my primary tools for everything. I began using breath work in some ways in kitchens. I spent better than 20 years in Michelin star kitchens in Los Angeles, and they're just high, crazy, stressful situations. And so learning how to manage and regulate your own nervous system was one of the like number one skills as a professional chef. I got into coaching. I retired from professional kitchens in 2017 and went to coach full time. I found it much more rewarding teaching people a lot of the things that I've learned over the years about how to manage my nervous system, how to regulate different aspects of my physiology. I became a huge neuroscience nerd, neurobiology nerd pretty early. And basically, when I was mentoring young chefs, I was trying to extract the best out of them and teaching them how to keep their nervous systems calm, teaching them how to achieve flow states, that optimal kind of mental space where you're sharp and you're focused, but your body is kind of moving faster than your mind, but your mind is like completely, checked into the matrix. So you're moving and you're thinking at a really, really optimal level, which is great in all sorts of professions. And I just like spent years just kind of nerding out on how to get the best out of stuff. Then at one point, just to give you a little bit of background, I got introduced to transformational breath work, which I will talk about later today. I went to a retreat. I tried as a complete skeptic, tried some transformational breath work. I had a massive experience and have been studying and teaching breathwork ever since. It is a deep and important part of my coaching, and so I'm here to share that with you guys. So just out of curiosity, you guys can use your hand raise function or like type in the chat or whatever. How many people are familiar with breathwork? How many of you done it like once or twice, or you've heard of like Wim Hof, or you hear people. Okay, Lauren, cool. Clarice, awesome, awesome. Pranayama, Tumo, there's all kinds of yogic breathing. So it's really hot right now. It's really kind of the cool thing. People are breathing their asses off and then jumping in ice water and yeah, Wim Hof, the Iceman. That's exactly it. Yep, it helps with the anxiety for sure. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you guys through just a short presentation. I'm going to give you half a dozen breath techniques, when you would do them, why you would do them, and then we're going to get into like a short but intense sort of breathwork session. You may get a little lightheaded at the end, but all of these things are fine for you to do right now. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes during any of this. But all of this is stuff that you can kind of do as we go. And please feel free. I'm a really kind of casual human being. If you have any questions, if anything comes up, if you're curious about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, please just toss a question in the chat or just unmute yourself. It's all good. I really want to make sure that I am that I'm explaining things well, and so you let me know if you have any questions. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second here. All right. So I want to talk about the transformational power of breath work. This is absolutely, it's been absolutely a game changer for me. It can be one for you. And so when I teach it, I divide up breath work into 3 different categories. I use water, coffee, and wine, basically because they just make the most sense. So water techniques are techniques that you can do anywhere, anytime, sitting at your desk, at school, driving your car, walking through the grocery store. These are techniques that at any moment you can bring yourself back to a grounded, centered state, and nobody's going to look at you. There's no movement. There's no like eye closing. There's no anything. All you got to be able to do is count, and you got this. And they're really, really powerful for just bringing your awareness back to the moment, bringing you back into a place of clarity and back into a place of the present. The first is the remembering breath. It is called the remembering breath, and I didn't name this one. It's called the remembering breath because you do it whenever you remember to do it. You do it whenever you think that, like, am I breathing? I mean, have you ever been working or doing something or studying really hard or just out with friends and then realize like you haven't taken a breath in a second? The remembering breath just reminds you anytime you think about it, you start in the belly, right? And so you breathe deep into the belly, fill the belly, fill the rib cage, fill the chest, kind of bring your shoulders back and release. You can do this a few times a day. Like I said, just whenever you remember to do it. Fill your lungs, like fill your breathing capacity all the way up. Your capacity to breathe has a direct correlation to your current life expectancy. And your life expectancy goes back and forth, depending on, your current health, your current physical stuff, but also internal physiological things. And how much air you can take in at any given time is one of those factors. So just every time you remember. It's not a big deal. You don't have to do a bunch of them. It's not necessarily an exercise, more of a mindfulness practice that just kind of keeps your breath in the forefront. The next is clarity breath. This is absolutely a game changer. If you're stressed, if you're upset, you just got in a massive fight with your partner, you're stressed at work, this is going to, you're just wound up. This breath is going to shift you from your from your sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, and it's going to shift you into your parasympathetic, rest and digest. If you do about 4 rounds of this, you can't not shift. This is going to shift your biology. It is going to shift your nervous system. When I work with clients, the name of the game is first get calm and then get clear. And so we're always talking about how to get really clear about what we're doing, how we're feeling, where we are, and then try to solve the problem. You cannot solve the problem that you're in from a stressed, intense state. When you are in your parasympathetic, or when you're in your sympathetic nervous system, you are generally stuck. Have you ever been super stressed out and you felt like you had one toe nailed to the ground and you're just turning in circles because you can't figure out what to do next? The overwhelm is on you, the stress is on you, and you're not sure what to do, and everything is pardon me, is just overwhelming. When you're there, you are in your sympathetic nervous system. You are in fight or flight. Pardon me. I have a dry throat this evening. And so this breath is going to take you out of that. And so you've probably heard of box breathing, where you breathe inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. This is very similar, only we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6, hold for 2, and we're going to do like 4 rounds of this. So if you're ready to do this with me, take a moment, and we're going to take a couple breaths, and then we're going to begin this breath. Okay, so take a couple deep breaths, take a couple breaths in. And now we're going to start. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 2 more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. Last one, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. And go back to regular breathing. Take a moment. Type into the chat if you notice that if you relaxed, if things just kind of settle down, if your body relaxed a little bit. Go ahead, type into the chat. Let me know if that affected you, if you did that with me. Every time when I'm speaking publicly about breath work, when I'm in an audience situation, I always love this one. My favorite is I have everybody stand up and pick a partner. You got partner A and partner B, and the exercise we do is partner A is going to take a great big deep breath, and partner B is just going to watch their physiology, and then partner B is going to take a great big deep breath, and partner A is going to watch their physiology. And so we do it. The A's take big breaths and B's watch. Then the B's take great big breaths and everybody watches. And I go, okay, so who's whose partner got taller when they did this? All the hands, everybody thinks they did it right, and their hands go up. Congratulations, all of you are locked in fight or flight. Every single one of you is locked in your sympathetic nervous system, because when we breathe into our chest and we elongate and we grow about an inch, that means if you are breathing into your chest, that means you are locked in your sympathetic nervous system. If you are breathing into your belly, you don't grow. You don't get taller. If you're breathing into your belly, you're in your parasympathetic. You are in rest and digest. You are in your relaxation response. So pay attention. Put your hands on your belly or on your ribs and just notice, maybe when you're doing that remembering breath, notice where you're breathing. If you are taking quick, shallow breaths into your chest, if when you take a deep breath in, you grow, you are in your sympathetic nervous system, and you're stuck in fight or flight. And your sympathetic nervous system is not a bad thing. It's there for a reason. It helps us do a lot of important stuff, but you're not supposed to live there. And that's where we get sick, when there isn't a good balance. So next we have box breathing. Box breathing is inhale for a count, hold for a count, exhale for a count, hold for a count. I use 5s. Most people use 4 because a box, it's 4 sides, it's a 4 count. I use 5s because 6.5 minutes or 6.5 breaths per minute, which is about a 5 count breath, is the optimal breathing for a human. If you're taking about 6.5 breaths per minute, which is about a 5 count inhale and a 5 count exhale, that's kind of the optimal breathing pattern at rest. Most people, contrary to what you might think, most people are not breathing too little, they're breathing too much, and it slows them down. And so if you're breathing in a kind of optimal way, it's about 5 seconds each way. And so box breathing will always return you to the center. I prefer that clarity breath better, but this is a good one if you just want to inhale, hold, exhale, hold. For a count of 4, you can do these on your own. I will make sure, Nancy, that you get this slide deck so you can send this to people, so they have these slides. And so the next is the coffee breaths, right? These are the coffee breaths are the ones that I need a quick pick me up. I need to go up. So rule of thumb real quick, if your inhale is longer than your exhale, you are going up. If your exhale is longer than your inhale, you are going down. So when you do a long inhale, take a deep breath in and a long exhale. You're dropping your energy. You're dropping into your parasympathetic nervous system. When your inhale is longer than your exhale, now we're going up. Now we're getting to it. And so whenever you are triggered, whenever you are wound up about something, something happened, took you by surprise, or you need a break, you're falling asleep, this is the one you're going to do. And so this goes in and out of the mouth at a medium pace. And you can do as many rounds of this as you want. If you do more than about 3 rounds, you are likely to start getting a little lightheaded. So sit down, or maybe not do it when you're driving. But we're going to do this one together. And so we're going to go in and out at the normal pace, and we're going to escalate it. So the first one is going to be 10 breaths, 10 in and out. And then we're going to, then a 10-second sublimation. Sublimation is after you release the 10th breath, you've exhaled, you don't inhale. So you're going to hold without inhale for 10 seconds. On the second one, we're going to do 20 breaths. 20 in, 20 out. And at the end of that one, on your last breath out, you're going to exhale and you're going to hold without inhale for 20 seconds. On the third one, we're going to do 30 breaths in and out. And on the last one, you're going to hold, and we're going to hold at least 30 seconds, but see how much longer you can hold. See if you can hold comfortably. Something interesting is going to happen when we do this. Okay. So when you do this, the first round is going to be a little bit challenging. The second one, a little bit less. And the third one, there's an interesting thing that happens. So your brain, which is used to the in out pattern of breathing, is going to get like super concerned that you're not doing that. And it's gonna alert, right? Now your body has just done like 60 full breaths. Your body is fully oxygenated and knows it. And so what needs to happen is the body needs to tell the mind that it is safe. By the way, this is always the direction that information travels. The body must tell the mind that it is safe before the mind will let go of the danger, before the mind will let go of the fear, which is why when we stop, when we breathe, we can drop our bodies, we can drop our nervous system, and we can continue rather than stay in that stressful cycle. Because until the body tells the mind it's safe, the mind doesn't believe it, and it holds on to the sense of fear. So take a couple breaths. We're going to do 3 rounds. This goes in and out through the mouth. We're going to do 10 breaths first. I'll count it with you. And on the 10th breath, just exhale. Don't blow it all the way out. Just exhale and hold without inhale. You guys ready? All right, let's go. And in, 2, 3, out, 4, out, 5, out, 6, out, 7, out, 8, out, 9, out, 10, out, and hold. 10 seconds. Hold without inhale. You got this. 3, 2, 1, and in, out, 3, out, 4, out, 5, out, 6, out, 7, out, 8, out, 9, out, 10, out, 11, out, 12, out, 13, out, 14, out, 15, out, 16, out, 17, out, 18, out, 19, out, 20, out. Hold without inhale, 20 seconds. Hold without inhale. Close your eyes. Ten more seconds. 5. And last round. 1, out. 2, out. 3, out. 4, out. 5, out. 6, out. 7, out. 8, out. 9, out. 10, out. 11, out. 12, out. 13, out. 14, out. 15, out. 16, out. 17, out. 18, out. 19, out. 10 more. 20, out. 21, out. 22, out. 23, out. 24, out. 25, out. 26, out. 27, out. 28, out. 29, out. 30, out and hold. 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Your body's fully oxygenated. You don't need to breathe. Ten more seconds. I'll let you know when we get to 30. See how long you can comfortably hold. That's 30. Keep going if you can. When you finally have to breathe, either give me a wave in the camera or say me on the chat. Let's see how long you guys can go. Crystal, Martha, I see you. It's really powerful. It's really powerful when we go into that sublimation, we go into that quiet place in our heads. Nancy's still holding. And the more you practice, Nancy's done. Cool. Lizette, you done? Good. The more you practice this, you will find when I do my breathwork session, Lauren, cool. We do 90-second holds and 2-minute holds, and when I do my own breathwork, I do these really, really long holds, and which is amazing, because if I told you just, blow your air out and stop and don't breathe, there'd be no way. But you guys just all held your breath without inhale for a really long time. So that's really cool. You can go to this anytime you want. You can go to this breath absolutely anytime you want. You can do just do the breath, and you do some sort of step up. 10 breaths and a 10-second. I actually had on here a 1 minute hold, and yeah, you can totally take deep breaths in, and you can totally do it. So Wim Hof, everybody is a lot of people are real familiar with Wim. He's the Iceman. He's the guy. This is the guy who swims in the Arctic in his underwear and climbs Everest in shorts and regulates everything through the breath. I love the Wim Hof style. I absolutely love it. If there is one breath work practice that you could add to your day and take 10 minutes a day and do this, I would say that Wim Hof, if you were to add Wim Hof to your morning routine, 5-10 minutes, like 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing, your life would dramatically improve, and you would keep doing it. It feels good. It feels invigorating. And so we're going to do just a couple rounds. I recommend 3 to 5 rounds. And so it's similar to the last breath we took, but it's deep. So you go, it's fully in, and you just fill the belly. It's not real fast, and it's just fully in and all the way out. Once again, we're going to do a couple rounds of this. I promise you're going to get a little lightheaded, because you connect the breath. You connect the inhale to the exhale and the exhale to the inhale. You're going to get a little lightheaded. This was one of the types of breathing that I got introduced to when I discovered transformational breathing. And just to let you know where I'm coming from, like I said, I'm a retired professional chef. I literally grew up in high-end kitchens in Los Angeles, which means as a child I got introduced to adult stuff and went crazy with it. I've been sober for 25 years now, and a few years ago I got introduced to some of these styles of breathing and some of the really kind of DMT Oh, thank you, Lauren. Some of the DMT styles of breathing where you can really affect, you can have an authentic psychedelic experience. And so I did this very reluctantly. And I was at a conference in San Diego, and they're like, "Okay, we're all going to lay down on the floor, and this guy's going to guide us in breathing, and we're going to breathe heavily with a bunch of hippies on a conference room floor in San Diego for 45 minutes." And I'm like, "No, thank you. I would not like any of that." Uh, I went ahead and did it. And I breathed my ass off for 45 minutes. I got high as hell for the first time in like 20 years. I went to Mars. I got high, 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 just on the breathing. And I went up to this facilitator afterwards, and I'm like, "So, like the addict in me is just in full effect, right?" I'm like, "So, like how often can a guy do something like that? Is that something you could do a lot? Is that something you should do often?" Dude looked me dead in the eye and goes, "You can't breathe too much, dude." And I just went on a journey of exploring every single different breath work type and technique that I could get my hands on. It's really what kind of got me there is, without breaking my sobriety, I'm just getting loaded every third day, for about an hour and a half, and just my brain just goes elsewhere. Your body will produce DMT. Like, you will have an authentic psychedelic experience when you do this. And so when I say that you're likely to get a little lightheaded here, we're not going to go to a crazy place right now. But if you were to practice this breath here for like an hour, you would get there. Um, Oh yeah. Oh yes, Clarice. And I will share with you all. I teach breathwork. I run breathwork sessions for free on Zoom twice a week, uh, and these sessions will get you there. These sessions will take you to a different place. But I wanna stay here. So we're gonna do 2 rounds of the Wim Hof. So it's gonna be 30 breaths. Okay, all the way in, all the way up. Nice, deep, full breath. All right, is everybody ready? I'll count it down in 1, 2, 3, and breathe. 1, 2, 3, all the way in, all the way out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. We hit that 30. Exhale and hold. Exhale and hold without inhale. Just hold. We'll go 20 seconds and start the next round. Do you feel the stillness? Feel how quiet it gets in there? 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Begin again. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Release and hold. 30 seconds. You got this. Ten more seconds. 5. And take a deep breath in. Go back to breathing naturally. Who got a little dizzy? Who got a little lightheaded? Who got a little buzzy? Nobody? Yeah, tingling in your face. Yep. Tingling in your face, maybe tingling in your fingertips. Yeah, that is the very beginning. When we do this type of breathing, we very often, over longer periods of time, can get tingling, numbness in our fingertips, our skin, our face, very much like our foot's falling asleep. It's the type of breathing creates a contraction in our microcirculation. The very smallest capillaries and veins, blood vessels will contract, and we'll get that kind of tingly numbness going on. So these are both of these you can do just about any time. You know, you don't want to make sure you're not driving or anything. But if you need a quick wake up, who's up right now? Who is definitely in a in a higher vibration than when you started, right? It brings you up. It brings the whole system up. Yeah, it's like dumping high octane fuel into the system. You just dumped a ton of oxygen into there, and when you hold without inhale, yeah, you're ready to do something after, right? Ready to go. This is why I say 3 to 5 rounds of this first thing in your day. Like, you will run to the gym and you'll crush it. Whatever your day deal is. And so the last one. So these are breaths you can always do to get that burst, to change your state, to get you into a different place. Now the wine breath, there's a few of these that I do. I want to save a little bit of time for a different type of thing. If you are ever having trouble going to sleep, this is the whiskey breath. This is gonna drop you. So the breathing, and you guys just came up, so I don't wanna to bring you up and then bring you down. So we're not gonna do this one together, but it's an inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8, 4 to 6 rounds of that. So inhale, hold, exhale, and begin again. 4 to 6 rounds of that, your eyelids will start to droop. This is called whiskey breath for a reason. I have clients with PTSD. I have clients who have these crazy manic episodes where they're just wired. They're just like wired to the hilt, and I have them doing this breathing, and they can calm down. They can chill out. So that is let's see, how much time do we have? Yeah, sound frequencies for sure. You can use sound frequencies, you can use meditation, binaural beats, all kinds of stuff that will drop you into a state. But yeah, 4, 7, 8 breathing will absolutely drop you. So there's a breath that I want to do with you guys. This is called bellows breath. And what we're gonna do Actually, we're gonna do warrior's breath. We're gonna do warrior's breath instead. We're gonna get you guys a little wild, okay? So we're gonna get a little bit wound up. It's similar to the breaths that we just took. I'm gonna play some music. We're gonna do. Oh, we got time for like 10 minutes. So we're gonna do warrior's breath. So warrior's breath is once again just deep in and out. But this is at a good clip, okay? This is a good pace. I'm gonna change when we start, I'm gonna change the music up a little bit, and I'm gonna turn it up, but I'm gonna have you guys breathing for about 10 minutes at a good pace. And what we're gonna do, and you're just gonna stay with it. You're just gonna stay with it. You're gonna breathe for 10 minutes. You're gonna do warrior's breath. You want to be either sitting or laying for this. If you are sitting, something with arms or like a couch or something. If you're just on like a regular chair, you're gonna go. You don't be in a couch or be in a chair with some arms, something where there's some stability. Like you don't want to. You would not do this on a bar stool. Like you would not do this standing up. So the deal is we're gonna do. We're not gonna count them. We're gonna run a time. So it's gonna be in and out, deep in, deep out. Yeah, flat on the ground is just fine, Clarice. That is just fine. So deep in and deep out. We're gonna do this for 10 minutes. Then we're gonna do a sublimation. Then we're gonna do a retention, which means we're gonna take a great big deep full breath and we're gonna hold it. Okay? So I'm gonna change my music. Is everybody ready to do this? Okay, so the real trick to this, you want to connect your inhale to your exhale and your exhale to your inhale. Elliptical breathing, no gaps. All right? Let's do this. And begin breathing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Deep, full breaths. Keep it going. Find a rhythm. Find your pace. In, out, in, out. Challenge yourself. Increase the pace just a little bit. Good. Stay with your body. Stay present. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Your body's going to throw up some resistance. Just breathe through it. Stay with me for 10 minutes. You got this. You can totally do this. What are the things it's time for you to release? Keep breathing. What are the things it's time for you to let go of? What are the things you've been hanging on to for far too long? Fear, self-doubt, hesitation, indecision. What if you could let go of all of that? All of that people-pleasing, all of that perfectionism, all of that imposter syndrome. What if you could just let it go? Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Got to breathe deep to go deep. You got this. Good. In, out, in, out, in, out. What are those coping mechanisms that you developed as a child that the world began to reward? So you've been masquerading them as skill sets for far too long. At some point they stop serving us. And it's time to let them go. What if you could let it all go? All of it. All that anxiety, all the stress straight through the breath. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. What if you got to be the gatekeeper? What if you weren't required to hang on to anything that wasn't serving you? Not beliefs, not patterns, not behaviors, certainly not people. What if you could release it? What if you could engage the breath and set it all down? Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Good. You're halfway there. Keep breathing. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Breathe. Challenge yourself. You got this. Breathe. Good. Keep breathing. Push yourself. You can do this. In, out, in, out. Connect your inhale to your exhale and your exhale to your inhale. Find your body falling into the pattern, falling into the movement. The breath begins breathing you. It stops being a challenge. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Good. Stay with it. Stay with it. Good. In, out, in, out, in, out. With every exhale, what are you releasing? What is it that is no longer serving you that you are giving away? I have no more use for this. I have no more desire for it. This does not serve me. Breathe. 3 minutes to go. You got this. In, out, in, out, in, out. Good. Stay with it. Connect your inhale to your exhale and your exhale to your inhale. Elliptical breathing. No gaps. Good. Stay with it. All of those fears you carry with you, all of that stress, that old liar imposter syndrome tells you it's more dangerous to succeed than it is to fail. Because what if it was just a fluke? What if you did just get lucky and you have to recreate your success? Just a heads up, imposters do not suffer from imposter syndrome. Just so you know. In, out, in, out, in, out. Last 90 seconds. Increase the depth and increase the speed. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. At the end, we'll take a great big deep full breath together. I'll count it down. And then we'll release that breath and hold for a final sublimation. in, out, in, out, in, out. Increase the intensity. Deeper breaths. Less than a minute. You guys are crushing it. Good. Keep it going. All right. And coming up on the end, I'll count it down. We'll take a great big deep full breath together in 3, 2, 1. Great big deep breath in. Hold, hold, and release. Exhale, and hold without inhale. Hold here. Hold here for a minute. I'll let you know when 60 seconds is up. You got this. Who's in a crazy place right now? 10 more seconds. And take a great big deep full breath. Release. Go back to deep, full belly breaths. Just come back. Let your breath return to normal. All right, how was that? Type into the chat or give me a wave. How was that for you? Good? Stop sharing all this. My music's gonna go away too. Sorry. So we don't get to stay in the buzz. So that is a very, very short version of what we do twice a week here on Zoom. And we really go into a deep place. Breathwork has absolutely changed my life. And there's so much. I just want to spend the last couple minutes here talking about the health benefits of really kind of pushing fresh oxygen into your lungs and fresh oxygen into your blood. But when you do breath work like this type, some of these longer sessions, you enter a state of flow state. Transient hypofrontality is the medical term. Transient meaning it doesn't last real long. Hypo meaning less than. Frontality referring to the prefrontal cortex. What we are doing is we are setting up a series of triggers through the breath, and we are shutting down the prefrontal cortex. This is the newest, most human part of your brain. It's where your understanding of who you are. It's your understanding of where you are in the universe. It's what compares you to other people. It's your understanding of time. This is also where the voice of the critic lives. You know, that voice in your head that follows you around and tells you that you suck? That's where this voice lives. And for just a little while, we are shutting that part of our brain off. We are down regulating that part of our brain, and we are entering a state called transient hypofrontality. This is what runners call runner's high. This is what extreme sports athletes call the zone. Dr. Joe Dispenza and my mentor, Stephen Kotler. They call this flow state. It is an optimal mental place. You will experience a huge burst of creativity and productivity afterwards. And with exercises like this, you can access and dislodge very, very deep traumas and move them out without having to process them out, without sitting for years in therapy, processing it all out. You can access them through the breath and breathe them. And they've had massive breakthroughs with soldiers and young people with PTSD, very, very severe PTSD, with this type of breath work, with this type of transient hypofrontality practice, these entering these flow states. The data shows is hugely powerful. So unless there are any questions, I will turn this back over to Nancy. If we are, I don't know how short on time we are.
We've got a few minutes for some questions. I'd love to hear from some of you on how you feel now. If you're brave, be brave and take the mic. And that's okay too, if you don't want to share.
Yeah, all good.
So, Dave, did you want to tell the class when your sessions are and how they can access you? And I can definitely send out your information as well.
For sure. So I'm going to put in the chat real quick. I'm just going to, those are the two Calendly. I just sent that to just you. Stand by, everyone. So these are two Calendly links. So I do breathwork twice a week for free on Zoom. Thursday evenings, it is women only. Saturday mornings, it's open for everybody. And this is free. They're about 90 minutes. We block out 90 minutes. You're breathing for about 50 minutes total. Both sessions are the same. So if you choose one over the other, you're not getting something different. But this is a real deal, powerful, transformational breathwork experience. And I invite all of you to come join me. Join me as often as you like. Give this link to your friends if you want to do it. It's great. You want to lay down, have a space where you can lay down and be in your own space, and do this. But I invite you all to come out and join me and find out for yourself what breath work, what flow state is all about.
So great. I want to thank you again for coming in and giving us a little snippet of a larger session. I'm so grateful to have you.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, Nancy.
Yeah. All right, everyone. You have a wonderful night. I think they're all going to go for a run.
Right? Or for a nap, either way. It'll be the best sleep you ever got.
And they're all going to be very creative with their discussion responses.
Right. And I will send you this the link to this this slide deck so you guys can have it, do anything you want with it, practice these breaths. Does anybody have any questions before we go? Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much.